Deep in the vast, remote wilderness of southern Siberia, in Russia, lies a body of water so immense and so ancient that it challenges our very understanding of time and scale. This is Lake Baikal, a place of profound beauty and scientific wonder. It is not just another lake. It is a cradle of life, a geological marvel, and a mirror reflecting the secrets of our planet's distant past. Nestled between towering mountain ranges, the Sayan and Stanovoy Mountains, its long crescent-shaped form slices through the landscape like a brilliant shard of blue glass. To stand on its shore is to feel the immense power of nature and to wonder about the forces that shaped this extraordinary place over millions of years. What makes Lake Baikal so special? It holds many records, but its true significance goes far beyond simple numbers. It is a living laboratory, a place where evolution has taken a unique path, creating a world of creatures found nowhere else on Earth. The lake is a testament to the dynamic nature of our planet, a place where the ground itself is still moving and changing. Its waters are legendary for their purity, so clear that you can see deep into its mysterious depths. For the people who live along its shores, it is a sacred place, a source of life and spiritual inspiration. It is a world treasure, a natural wonder that belongs not just to Russia, but to all of humanity. The journey to understand Lake Baikal is a journey into the heart of our planet's history. It is a story written in layers of sediment at the bottom of the lake, a story told by the unique animals that swim in its waters, and a story whispered by the winds that sweep across its frozen surface in winter. This incredible lake is a vital part of the Earth's system, holding a massive reservoir of fresh water that is essential for life. As we explore its depths, its shores, and its history, we begin to uncover the deep secrets that it has held for millions of years, learning not only about the lake itself, but about the delicate balance of life on our world. As we stand on the precipice of a changing global climate, places like Lake Baikal become even more important. They are benchmarks, pristine environments that show us what we stand to lose. The lake is a powerful reminder of both the resilience and the fragility of nature. It has survived ice ages, continental shifts, and countless environmental changes over its long existence. Yet today, it faces new challenges created by human activity. Understanding Lake Baikal is therefore not just an academic exercise, it is a crucial step in learning how to protect our planet's most precious natural wonders for the generations that will follow us. When we talk about Lake Baikal, we are talking in superlatives. It holds a collection of world records that set it apart from any other body of freshwater on Earth. First, there is its incredible age. Scientists believe Lake Baikal is between 25 and 30 million years old, making it the most ancient lake on our planet. While most lakes are geologically young, often disappearing in a matter of thousands of years as they fill with sediment, Baikal has persisted. This immense age means its ecosystem has had millions of years to evolve in isolation, creating a unique biological treasure trove that continues to fascinate scientists and reveal new secrets about the processes of life itself. Then there is its staggering depth. Lake Baikal is the deepest lake in the world, plunging to a maximum depth of 1,640 meters, or just over a mile. Its bottom lies almost 1,200 meters below sea level, a chasm deeper than many parts of the ocean. To truly grasp this, imagine stacking more than 3 Empire State Buildings on top of each other and sinking them. The top would still not break the surface. This incredible depth is not just a number. It creates a range of different environments within the lake, from the sunlit surface waters to the dark, high-pressure world of the abyss, each with its own community of life. This great depth also contributes to its third world record. It is the most voluminous freshwater lake on the planet. Although it is only the 7th largest lake by surface area, its deep basin allows it to hold an astonishing amount of water. Lake Baikal contains approximately 22% of all the unfrozen surface fresh water in the world. This is more water than all of the North American Great Lakes, Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, and Ontario, combined. This immense reservoir is a critical resource, a vast storehouse of the planet's most precious liquid, held within the heart of the Siberian continent. The lake's physical dimensions are as impressive as its volume. It stretches for nearly 640 kilometers, a long and narrow arc with a shoreline that runs for over 2,000 kilometers. This vast coastline is a diverse landscape of rocky cliffs, sandy beaches, and quiet coves. More than 300 rivers and streams flow into Lake Baikal, with the largest being the Selenga, Barguzin, and Upper Angara rivers, which drain a huge area of northern Mongolia and Russia. Despite these many inflows, there is only one outlet. The mighty Angara River, which begins its long journey northward from the lake, eventually flowing into the Arctic Ocean. The story of Lake Baikal's creation is a dramatic tale of geology, a story of the immense and slow-moving power of tectonic plates. The lake is not a crater left by a meteor, nor was it carved by ancient glaciers. Instead, it occupies a rift valley, a place where the Earth's crust is actively being torn apart. Baikal is situated on the boundary between two massive tectonic plates, the Eurasian Plate and the Amurian Plate. These two sections of the Earth's surface are slowly, but constantly, moving away from each other. This process of divergence, happening at a rate of about 3 to 4 millimeters per year, is what created the deep basin that now holds the lake. This ongoing tectonic activity makes the Baikal region one of the most seismically active inland areas on the planet. Earthquakes are a common occurrence here, though most are too small to be felt by the people living along the shores. However, larger tremors do happen, serving as a constant reminder that the forces that created the lake are still very much at work. This constant stretching of the Earth's crust is gradually making the lake wider and deeper. In a sense, Lake Baikal is an ocean in its infancy. If the process continues for millions of years, it could eventually connect to the sea and become a new ocean basin, splitting the continent of Asia in two. The deep fractures in the Earth's crust caused by this rifting also allow heat from the planet's interior to escape. As a result, the Baikal region is dotted with geothermal features, including numerous hot springs. These springs, bubbling up from deep within the Earth, have become popular attractions for tourists and are valued by local communities for their supposed therapeutic properties. They are a direct and tangible link to the powerful geological forces that operate deep beneath the surface, a warm manifestation of the same energy that continues to shape the lake's destiny and deepen its basin with each passing century. The formation of Lake Baikal as a rift valley is the key to its great age and depth. In most parts of the world, lakes are temporary features that eventually fill up with silt and soil carried by rivers. But at Baikal, the ground is constantly sinking, creating more space for water and sediment. The process of subsidence, or the sinking of the lake floor, has allowed sediment to accumulate for millions of years. Scientists have drilled deep into this sediment, finding layers that provide an unbroken record of climate and environmental change, stretching back through the ages. A natural archive of Earth's history unlike any other. The climate of Lake Baikal is as extreme as its geology. It is a subpolar environment, characterized by long, brutally cold winters and short, cool summers. In the depths of winter, average temperatures can plummet to a bone-chilling -21°C, or -6 degrees Fahrenheit. The lake itself exerts a moderating influence on the surrounding land, making the winters slightly less severe, and the summers a bit cooler than they would be otherwise. Even so, summer temperatures in August barely reach an average of 11 degrees Celsius, or 52 degrees Fahrenheit. This harsh climate has shaped every aspect of life in and around the lake, from the plants and animals to the people who call this region home. For nearly half of the year, from January to May, the entire surface of this massive lake freezes over. The ice can become incredibly thick, reaching 1 to 1.5 meters or even 2 meters in some places. This ice is so strong and stable that it becomes a seasonal highway. During the winter, an official ice road, the Zimnik, is established, allowing cars and even heavy trucks to drive directly across the frozen surface, connecting the mainland to remote settlements like those on Olkhon Island. This frozen world transforms the landscape, creating a stark and breathtaking panorama of white and blue under the vast Siberian sky. The ice of Lake Baikal is famous not just for its thickness, but for its extraordinary appearance. Because the lake water is so pure, the ice that forms is incredibly transparent. In some areas, you can peer down through the frozen surface and see rocks and aquatic life dozens of meters below, as if looking through a giant glass window. The freezing process, influenced by wind, temperature fluctuations, and pressure, creates spectacular ice formations. Huge shards of ice, called hummocks, are pushed up into jagged ridges. Perhaps most famously, methane gas released from the lakebed gets trapped as it rises, forming beautiful columns of white bubbles frozen in time within the clear ice. When spring finally arrives, the breakup of the ice is a dramatic and powerful event. The warming sun and wind cause the massive sheet of ice to crack and fracture with sounds like thunder or cannon shots that echo across the landscape. Huge plates of ice are pushed onto the shore, creating impressive walls of ice that can tower several meters high. This annual cycle of freezing and thawing is a fundamental rhythm of the lake. It drives the mixing of its waters, influences the life cycles of its inhabitants, and defines the seasonal patterns of life for both the wildlife and the people who depend on this great, frozen-hearted jewel of Siberia. One of the most remarkable features of Lake Baikal is the exceptional clarity of its water. On a calm day, it is possible to see objects as deep as 40 meters below the surface, which is a level of transparency that's really rare in any body of fresh water in the world. This crystal-clear quality isn't just a beautiful curiosity, it's actually the result of a highly efficient and unique natural self-purification system that has evolved over millions of years. The water is often described as being almost as pure as distilled water, with incredibly low levels of minerals, salts, and organic material. And this purity is what gives the lake its deep, rich blue color and allows sunlight to penetrate deep into its waters. The primary reason for this incredible clarity is the low concentration of nutrients like phosphorus and nitrogen in the water. These are the elements that typically fuel the growth of algae and other microorganisms that make lake water cloudy. The rivers that flow into Baikal pass through rocky, undeveloped wilderness, picking up very few pollutants or nutrients along the way. Furthermore, the lake's immense volume helps to dilute any impurities that do enter. This naturally low-nutrient environment prevents the large-scale algal blooms that plague many other lakes around the world, keeping the water column pristine and transparent from the surface to the depths. However, the true heroes of Baikal's cleanliness are its tiny inhabitants. The lake is home to a vast population of a tiny crustacean, a type of copepod called Episcura baikalensis. This creature, no bigger than a grain of rice, is endemic to the lake, meaning it's found nowhere else on Earth. These minuscule animals are filter feeders, and they exist in such enormous numbers that they act as a gigantic living water filter. Each day, the swarm of Episcura consumes vast quantities of bacteria, algae, and other microscopic particles, effectively grazing the water column and removing anything that would make it cloudy. It's estimated that they filter the top layer of the lake several times a year. This natural cleaning system is, honestly, a beautifully balanced and delicate ecosystem. The Episcura form the crucial base of the lake's food web, providing sustenance for other fish and most notably, the Baikal omul, which is a type of salmonid that's a local delicacy. The health of the Episcura population is therefore directly linked to the health and clarity of the entire lake. Any disruption to this tiny crustacean, whether from pollution or changes in water temperature, could have a catastrophic effect, compromising the lake's ability to clean itself and threatening the entire unique ecosystem that depends on its remarkably pure water. The lifeblood of Lake Baikal is not just its water, but the way that water moves. The lake has an incredibly long water residence time, which is basically the average time a water molecule spends in the lake before flowing out. For Baikal, this is estimated to be over 300 years. This means that water entering the lake today will not flow out through the Angara River for 3 centuries, a testament to the lake's enormous volume compared to its relatively small outflow. This slow replacement rate makes the lake particularly vulnerable to long-term pollution, as any contaminants that enter can remain trapped for hundreds of years, slowly accumulating in the ecosystem. Despite this slow overall turnover, the waters within the lake are far from stagnant. Lake Baikal undergoes a remarkable process of vertical mixing, a phenomenon that is crucial for its health. Twice a year, in the spring and autumn, the lake's entire water column, from the surface to the deepest abyss, completely mixes. This process is driven by changes in temperature. In the autumn, as the surface water cools, it becomes denser and sinks, displacing the warmer water below. In the spring after the ice melts, the cold surface water warms up to 4 degrees Celsius, the temperature at which water is densest, causing it to sink and again mix the layers. This complete biannual turnover is critically important because it carries oxygen from the surface down to the deepest parts of the lake. In many deep lakes around the world, the bottom layers become anoxic or devoid of oxygen, making it impossible for fish and other complex organisms to survive there. But in Baikal, this deep ventilation process ensures that even the water at its very bottom, over a mile deep, is rich in oxygen. This allows life to thrive throughout the entire water column, supporting a robust and diverse food web from the sunlit surface to the crushing darkness of the lake floor, a rare feature for a lake of this depth. This unique circulation pattern, combined with the lake's geology and its filter-feeding crustaceans, creates a finely tuned system that has maintained the lake's stability for millions of years. It is a lake that breathes, inhaling oxygen from the atmosphere and distributing it to its deepest corners. This process supports the incredible biodiversity found within its waters, including the famous Baikal seal, or Nerpa, the world's only exclusively freshwater seal. The entire ecosystem is dependent on these physical processes, making the lake a sensitive indicator of environmental change. Any disruption to this delicate dance of temperature and water movement could have profound consequences for the life it sustains. For centuries, the shores of Lake Baikal have been home to various groups of people who have learned to live in harmony with its harsh climate and powerful presence. The area surrounding the lake is sparsely populated, with only about 40 towns and villages dotted along its vast shoreline. Life here is shaped by the seasons and the lake itself, which provides food, transportation, and a deep spiritual connection. The largest indigenous group in the region is the Buryats, a people of Mongolian heritage, who have inhabited the Baikal region for generations. For them, the lake is not just a body of water, but a sacred entity, the sacred sea. A significant portion of the Buryat population lives on Olkhon Island, the largest of Baikal's 27 islands and considered one of the most sacred places in their shamanistic tradition. The island is a place of dramatic landscapes, from sandy dunes to steep, rocky cliffs, and it is believed to be a powerful spiritual center. Many Buryats on the island and around the lake continue to practice a blend of their traditional shamanism and Tibetan Buddhism, with sacred sites such as Shaman Rock serving as important places for rituals and offerings. This deep cultural and spiritual connection has fostered a long-standing tradition of reverence and respect for the lake. The communities around Lake Baikal are deeply intertwined with the lake's ecosystem. Fishing has long been a cornerstone of the local economy and diet, with the Baikal Omel being the most prized catch. In winter, fishermen venture out onto the thick ice, cutting holes to access the frigid waters below. The lake also serves as a vital transportation route, especially in winter when the ice road provides a crucial link between isolated communities. In recent years, tourism has become an increasingly important part of the local economy, as people from all over the world come to witness the lake's unique beauty, from its clear summer waters to its magical winter ice. However, life for the people of Baikal is not without its challenges. The remote location and harsh climate create difficulties for infrastructure and development. As the outside world increasingly encroaches, there is a delicate balance to be struck between preserving traditional ways of life and embracing modern economic opportunities. The residents of the Baikal region are the frontline guardians of the lake. Their deep knowledge of its rhythms and their cultural investment in its health are invaluable resources in the ongoing effort to protect this natural wonder, ensuring that their ancestral home remains a source of life and inspiration for generations to come. Despite its immense size and ancient origins, Lake Baikal is a fragile paradise facing a host of modern threats. For decades, the greatest source of pollution was the Baikalsk pulp and paper mill, built on the southern shore of the lake in the 1960s. For nearly 50 years, the mill discharged millions of tons of industrial waste, including dioxins and other harmful chemicals, directly into the lake's pristine waters. Though the mill was finally closed in 2013 after years of protests from scientists and environmental activists, the legacy of its pollution remains. The accumulated sludge at the bottom of the lake continues to be a source of contamination, a toxic reminder of the dangers of industrial development in sensitive environments. Pollution continues to be a problem from other sources as well. Untreated or poorly treated sewage from the growing number of tourist facilities and shoreline settlements flows into the lake, introducing excess nutrients. This nutrient pollution is having a visible and damaging effect. In recent years, scientists have observed the alarming spread of invasive, mat-forming algae, particularly Spirogyra, in the lake's coastal zones. This putrid green algae, which thrives on the nutrients from sewage, is smothering the lake floor, choking out native species like Baikal's unique sponges, and disrupting the delicate food web that depends on the lake's naturally low nutrient conditions. Beyond pollution, the overarching threat of global climate change is beginning to leave its mark on Lake Baikal. Over the past few decades, the lake's water temperature has been steadily rising, and the period of annual ice cover has been shrinking. These changes may seem small, but they have profound implications for the lake's unique ecosystem, which is finely tuned to the cold. Warmer water holds less oxygen and can disrupt the critical biannual mixing process that ventilates the lake's deep waters. It also poses a direct threat to cold water species like the Episcura copepod, the tiny creature responsible for the lake's clarity. These environmental pressures have sparked a strong conservation movement. Russia has taken steps to protect the lake, establishing the first nature reserve on its shores back in 1916. Today, more than half of the shoreline is protected within a network of national parks and reserves, and the entire lake basin is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Activist groups have also played a crucial role, successfully campaigning to have a proposed oil pipeline rerouted away from the lake's seismically active shoreline. However, the fight to protect Baikal is far from over, as the threats of pollution, unregulated tourism, and a warming climate continue to loom over this timeless wonder. Lake Baikal is more than just a record-breaking body of water in a remote part of Siberia. It is a global treasure, a vital piece of our planet's natural heritage. Its importance extends far beyond its shores. As the world's largest reservoir of surface freshwater, holding over a fifth of the planet's supply, it represents a critical resource for the future of humanity. In a world where clean water is becoming increasingly scarce, the preservation of this immense pure reservoir is a matter of global significance. Its protection is an investment in the planet's future health and stability, a responsibility that we all share. Furthermore, Lake Baikal is an unparalleled living museum of evolution. Its great age and long isolation have allowed it to become a hotspot of biodiversity, with over two-thirds of its more than 2,500 known species found nowhere else on Earth. From the freshwater seal to the transparent golomyanka fish, and the countless species of crustaceans and sponges, Baikal offers a unique window into how life adapts and evolves over millions of years. Losing this biodiversity would be like tearing out a chapter from the book of life, an irreversible loss of genetic information and natural history that could hold clues to our own past and future. The lake also serves as an invaluable scientific observatory. The thick layers of sediment at its bottom contain one of the most detailed and continuous records of climate change in the Northern Hemisphere, stretching back millions of years. By studying these sediment cores, scientists can reconstruct past climates and better understand the long-term cycles that govern our planet. As we face the challenges of modern climate change, this ancient archive provides a crucial baseline, helping us to place current trends in a long-term context and improve our models for predicting future changes. Baikal is not just a subject of study, it is a teacher, offering lessons written in mud and water. Ultimately, the fight to save Lake Baikal is a testament to our values as a global community. It forces us to ask, what is truly important: short-term economic gain, or the long-term preservation of an irreplaceable natural wonder? Protecting Baikal means addressing pollution, managing tourism responsibly, and taking meaningful action on climate change. It requires cooperation between governments, scientists, local communities, and the international public. Preserving this sacred sea, this crystal heart of the world, is a legacy we owe to future generations. It is a promise that we will act as responsible stewards of our planet, protecting its greatest treasures for all time.